Hey guys, sorry about that. I know you're gonna be shocked by this, shocked when I say it, but technical difficulties. It has not, I use StreamYard to do this and it hasn't been picking up the mic. I really want to go through some things here. So, some of the stuff I'm going to cover, and then I want to take a bunch of questions today because I really wasn't able to take a lot yesterday, but I just want to just point some things out that I think are really important because I got a lot of questions on this stuff, and I just want to show it live so that you guys can see it as well. And I am going to do a video here on. I am going to do a video on like a more longer term advanced RSI video, but I don't know that I'm going to get into it this morning, but I would just watch your trend lines today, like big time. And I'd really watch this 1 o'clock level. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to put that out in a banner right now, because if I think I can add anything to what you're dealing with right now or going to deal with, you got to watch 1 o'clock today. I think you have to watch the 1 p.m. bond auction more than anything today. I don't think there's anything today really important. I don't think a lot of people are even going to be aware of what happens at 1 o'clock. But it's all over. It's all over everywhere that I'm reading this morning, and no one's really talking about it. But institutions are certainly paying attention to it. So if I could add one thing that you take from this video, I would definitely take that from it. I can't think of anything more important. So just watch, like, the idea that you can't come back and gap fill the entire China gap is kind of delusional. You can. It's just a question of when. And they usually come back at least a little bit to fill at some point. I just think it's worth bringing up that you have an issue here, and you might just want to watch it. Now, if you go over this here and you just watch this little box in here, you can't help but see that area once again, and how we're trying to get in it. And then as soon as we get in it, we start running into problems. And I think that's very important. So if we are to look at this again right here, and this is exactly how I would view it. Right in here. And you can see this here, here, and here. And we'll go from there. Give me 1 second. All right, so if I look at this, I don't know that you're just going to fall off a cliff, but I think the lack of volume presents a real freaking problem today. I think it presents way more of an issue than people think it does. And it's definitely something that I would I want to put this here while I'm thinking about it, because it's important. The more I'm thinking about it, I would really watch this open, and I really watch 1 o'clock. Like, I can't stress it enough. I don't have time to get into all of it with like the ADL line and everything and all the indicators but you came a long way in a short period of time. I guess that's the best way to say it. And you have very low volume, and you have a lot of things that are going off right now that tell me that you could have some pretty weak stuff. Like, this is gross. See this kind of stuff? Like, this is really gross behavior. I just don't I hate telling people that we're going to pull back because nobody knows what's going to happen. But if I look at this, I just don't see how you're not testing some of these levels, I guess is where my head is. Like, I don't understand how you're not dropping and retesting this level from Monday. I just don't see it. And that's 77 basis points from where you are right now. I don't see how you're not dropping down here if that doesn't hold to 1.5%. Like, I just don't see it. Unless miraculously they get this great, bond offering. Now, the problem with the bond offering, from what I'm seeing out there and what I think are the issues, let me just drop this down so I have it for later because I want this. What I see as some of the issues out there more than anything, and everyone will see this other little line right here too, whatever. But I'm wondering how much the budget is going to have an issue. So they came out and said, good news, we figured out the SALT deduction. It's $40,000. Okay, who cares? How are you gaining any level of fiscal responsibility? And I really don't, let me just be clear about this. I don't care about it. I care about it, but I don't. I care about the market and what the market's doing, right? But the bond auction is going to care about it today. And if the bond auction is crap, and I'll clean my language up, then the market's going to respond to that and it's going to sell down. And I think that's a larger issue than people think it is. And so I would watch 1 o'clock like a hawk. I'd watch that super carefully. If you go and take a look at the Qs and you look at the levels for me on the Qs, I personally think, looking at this, that you have to come back down to this level, this breakout that happened on Monday. I just don't see how you're not going to test it. And you were already there this morning at like 6:30. They're trying to convince you that you're going to just, oh no, everything's fine. Come on in, the water's fine. I don't think it's fine. So I would watch this. And if you got back to the highs of yesterday, it's going to be, my sense of that is it's going to be after the bond auction. And then the other suck salad you got to deal with today is the volume is going to be light. And the volume tomorrow is going to be gross, like gross. And Friday is going to be like grosser. So just get that, just understand that. And I do want to go through a couple of things here that I think are important that you may have seen or may not have seen. That I think are important anyway, and then we'll go from there. But I do want to cover some of those names today. Not all of them, but some of them. This UNH, there's an article in The Guardian that was posted in the community today. If you're in there, you can find it. But if not, just Google Guardian UNH. This is a really well thought out, really, really bad article. Like, if you bought that dip, and you still held this name, I wish you the best. I thought that article was really bad. So do with that what you will, but this is definitely something I want to get out there. There are a couple names here that I definitely want to go over. When everybody knows something, it doesn't matter anymore. So if everybody knows something's happening, it doesn't matter anymore. And everybody knew that this guy's going to drive around in his fancy car, right, with the Treasury Secretary. It's going to be cool, and everyone's going to love us. Look at us, we're the cool guys. And now everyone's kind of like over it, right? They're your sell signals. I can't stress this stuff enough. What I like is that you're holding the previous high here on Tesla, and you're doing a really good job. You're going to have a lot of people up here that just got hosed. We had one really good trade here. This was a really good trade. I didn't do this one. This was a really good trade, like right off that resistance point, and it held. So you might want to watch that for you Tesla hoople heads today. And then up here, I look at this, and that's going to be tough to get through. But this is holding 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 Matumbos. So there's a lot there. And if you take a look, I don't know that you're going to get through that, but they're your areas. They're definitely your areas. and they're the areas that I would be paying attention to. In regards to NVIDIA, am I going to move today? Am I not going to move today? I don't know. I don't know that today is the day I really got to worry that much about it. I mean, I don't know you're going to get back to 130. I'd probably load the boat if I got back to 130. 135 is going to be your nemesis. I was hoping, and there we go again, hoping that I was going to get myself into an area that I was hoping that I was going to have new highs by next week, by earnings. I think my dream's dead at this point. I need 17 points on $1 trillion company. Unless they invent air, it's not going to happen. So I definitely think that's something worth paying attention to today. And it's certainly something I would be paying attention to today. And let me just go through what else I think is really pertinent to you guys. I do want to go through. So Google, I don't know what they said, but no one's impressed with their conference. And I guess the fact that they want you to pay $300 a month for the privilege of using their AI. Like, has anyone there seen OpenAI? Or, I mean, man, it's so fascinating to me because I remember back in the day, like, you would never think that this company would fail, like, ever. The way that they were run, it was like such a tight ship. And now, like, I don't even know why people use search as much as they do. And I think that's going to wind up going away a lot. I really do. I think they're going to make a killing going forward, but they got to figure this out, man. And they're in the prime position, and charging $250 to use a month throughout their suites without just embedding it in your products for free to maintain market share. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're the billionaires, not me. So maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time in my life, right? Won't be the last. Give me 1 second here. I do want to go through this name because I think it's super important. And like this concept I go through a lot, like reflexivity. Everybody knows this thing has a conference today. Everybody and their sister knows this thing has a conference today. So to me, I mean, there are some key levels here that I would watch with it. And then these things are usually sell the news. I'll tell you this point blank, I'm foaming at the mouth to short this. So like, I can't wait to short this. Like, I had dreams about it last night, to be honest with you. I have issues, but I mean, like, this just, to me, is just it's like almost free money. I know it sounds crazy, but like, you're 2x. All this thing has to do is go sideways and you're going to get smoked. If you know how these things are actually calculated, I'd be super careful being long this stuff today. These things are trading at valuations that make zero cents, like 0 cents. I'm not saying that I haven't traded it and I haven't been long it, but that's where my head is. I'm going to take as many questions as I can, but I gotta get ready by 9. And this week is going to get super slow. I'm just telling you ahead of time. Which one I want to go over here? I want to go through a couple of these actually, because they actually fit. What's up, John? This Chewy is fascinating to me because you're going to benefit so much. Like, I was thinking about, like, what companies are going to benefit the most here from AI, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it. And I don't know why I didn't connect the dots with the dog food company. I truly don't know why I didn't connect these dots. But this type of stuff where you have these huge cup and handles and people like, it's too deep for a cup, whatever. But you want to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Yeah. Anything that's like an app or on the internet where they are using, you want to pay attention to this kind of stuff big time. And this is definitely on that list. You see this where it like got above that 200-week moving average for the first time in history. You want to pay, this should be on my red list. You want to pay attention to this kind of stuff like big time. And you definitely do want to pay attention to these names. Anything that's got AI that is going to embed in its process to make it more efficient, anything like that is going a lot higher, in my opinion, because I don't think people understand the scale yet. This is why it's so important, no matter how you age or wherever you were. You always got to look at the new technology and how it's adapting. Like you just do. There's always something new, and you have to keep with it. You can't say this, unless it's something stupid, like Vision Pro. Like that was just stupid. Like Apple Vision Pro. Like no one ever wants a girlfriend again. They're going to walk around with that crap on their head. So, but you have to stay on top of it because the efficiencies that Chewy's going to have and those kinds of apps are definitely there. I would say this with the MSTR, you have a flag and pay attention to that flag here. I wouldn't sleep on this, but let's go to your J frog. Is that? I think it's, let me just go through the symbol real quick here. No, it's not the symbol though, is it? J frog is frog, right? Yeah. I don't know why you're up. You've been up since earnings. You formed a dragonfly. What's crazy is no one in the community brought up that move to me, which is really kind of interesting. I'm not really sure why they didn't, because that's a really, really big move that I should have known, and I just missed it. Like anytime I get a hammer like that on that kind of chart, I should have known. Thanks, John. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've missed this, so which means I probably haven't. Yeah. Not really respecting it. I mean, you got a bunch of crap in here now, for lack of a better term. I think one of the things that you could do is go here. And then here. I still want to get through that crap. I say it, but I still want to get through it. I'm not feeling it. Hog looks great. I think that moves. I really do. I think this moves. I think this was one of the easiest trades out there at a book value level. I was looking at it down here and I just let it go, but I think it looks great. What's up, Alan? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Stan. I'm going to have to be super quick here. The Lowe's was pretty much a layup trade after watching Home Depot. I think the real telling trade here, pardon me, is the tail of two tapes between Walmart, which is probably going to even get hurt. Costco is probably even going to get hurt today, and Target, which is just a pig. I mean, Target's just an absolute utter pig. And I don't see how, you're going anywhere here. Like Target's just a disaster. I'd be surprised if they don't get rid of that. I'd be surprised if they don't get rid of the CEO. I really would. This thing's a disaster. One of the biggest box companies out there. It's just a mess. And we'll go from there. You got to be careful in the market today, brother. You definitely have to. We're from Utah. Hot Pockets. What kind of pajamas? We're going to come out with special edition pajamas. It's coming. 20-year bond auction. Yeah, I had it too, though, John. It's funny. It must be on a data center service that you get, because I had it yesterday too. But like the free service that I get didn't have it. Good morning from Phoenix. What's up, Troy? Good morning from Miami. Cart, yeah, I would look at. Cart, I would definitely look at. Anything that is using AI and is an app or on the internet, start paying attention to. Bitcoin, yes. I'm just going to do them fast. Bitcoin, yes. PANW, I don't know why. I don't know why I know why it's down. I shouldn't say that. I know why it's down. I'm not sure I agree with the reasoning. So this is down. This is down because revenue contracts, not revenue guidance, revenue contracts came in at only growing at 18%. And that was the lowest in 6 quarters. And that's why it's down. It's obscure to find something for a reason to get it down, in my opinion. It can. I think it's going to pull back, though. I think we're going to pull back there. The UNH article was awful, in my opinion. What's up, Jay? Hi, Di. I don't know. I don't know who gives me 3 likes. It makes me sad. All you have to do is hit the button. Are they ex-dividend? Is MSTR ex-dividend? Are they? I don't think they're ex-dividend. I think it's MSTY that's ex-dividend, right? Isn't it MSTY that's ex-dividend? No. Is it MSTX that's ex-dividend? I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. I keep hearing about this ex-dividend. I don't see it. So I don't know. Let me put it. I'll see if I have it on here again. I mean, MSTR itself doesn't pay dividends. So I don't really get what they're talking about. I'll look into it later when I care to, but I don't know. Happy Wednesday. There it is. My whole day got better. Thank you, Lisa. Sophie. I actually thought Sophie would move more with coins misstep. Instead, they're just buying hood. And they just keep buying hood. And I'm annoyed because I sold it. But it acts great. But I have so many names on right now. It's crazy. I actually like this trade. But, someone told me about this. I don't use them. I actually just as a test, just to see. I just recently opened an account because I'll do that with sites, just actually go and use the product just to see if I'm thinking about doing something as a super long-term trade. And I'll play with the product for a month or something. It's pretty interesting what they're doing. It's kind of like a one-stop shop for beginner investors. I can see how they're going to hook people into it. It does make a lot of sense. Oh, there's 0 time to edit, brother. 0. I'm so behind, it's not even funny. How many grapes can I fit into my mouth? 6? I can fit more than 6 grapes into my mouth. I think I can fit more than 6. I think I can beat you. I think I could do 7. I think I could at least do 7 grapes. I can eat. Uber's interesting. DG I own. Bro, today was brutal. Mike should be better now. It should be better unless it flipped back. No, it flipped back. Today was brutal. It keeps disconnecting this road mic. It hurt. Okay. You two should get a room and some grapes. Good morning, everyone. Hurrah. There you go. I'm looking for it. Yeah, that's sad, but it's over. Dude, bro, that's a dumpster fire. Absolute dumpster fire target. What's up, Ricardo? You're going to get it. Now you're going into Memorial Day weekend, coming off the tariffs. People put their trades on, they made their money, and now they're going to go forward. So I'm from Houston, I'm from Miami. You have a doji, I'd watch that. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, they have some things. Back in the day. I think it's going to be higher, but I always think it's going to be higher. That's where all the cool kids are, pre-market. You got to watch 1 o'clock today. I know. I saw it's available now. It's available to short. What they change it to? It's probably worse, is it? This all the cool kids are here, bro. Neon, this is where all the cool kids hang. I think I can do 7, man. I'm telling you. We'll do it. We'll have to figure out what kind of grape. I'm thinking the green grape. If it's the purple rounded grape, I think I could do more. I don't really pay attention to Japan's yields. I'll tell you why, because everyone knows about that trade, right? And really what I'm just focused on is like this right now. Like here's your 2, right? There's your 2. And I don't care about this. Oh, it's inverted. We're going to have a recession. Are we? Did we have a recession? No. But what I care about is this spread. Because as long as the spread is not backwards, I don't really care. I will care about the 10-year. Like I will care about the 10-year when we get over the 75. I think you could have an issue today with the 20-year bond auction. Bro, they probably did invent air. Yeah, we can definitely do it. We're definitely going to do it. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to make it happen. I got to jump. All right. Trade to win. Watch 1 o'clock.